Okay, so I just had a few different things I wanted to say about this game. First of all, just the aesthetic, everything about the atmosphere, and the game knows exactly what it is, and it is a work of art. But I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, it's amazing. Also, I appreciate games that know what they are and put everything towards it, instead of games that kind of try to be all over the place, which, you know, they make a lot of these days.
In time, you will know the tragic
This game doesn't include anything that isn't part of what it is. Anyway, so specifically, though, I just wanted to give my thoughts on some of the classes. So, I haven't played all the classes yet, but I did do a couple runs last night, and I picked up some more classes, so we can try those later. The runs themselves didn't go so great, as you can see from this guy here. Yeah. Basically, I was trying to take some of the lowest level things I had and try to just throw them together for some... Yeah, it didn't work out. Anyway, so... my top 3 classes from what I've seen so far. So, first of all, my third favorite class should be not really a surprise. It's these guys over here. The Crusader is... there's a reason that they start you with a Crusader. It does everything. I mean it. It does everything, except area effects and damage over time. They've got the ability to reduce stress. They've got the ability to give light. They can heal. They've got some surprisingly heavy-hitting attacks, especially for the first area where everything's undead. Actually, they do have an area attack, actually, and it's not a bad one either. It's not bad at all. And they can even stun things. Yeah, this sheer amount of light this provides is crazy. So, you know, they're just good. Of all the classes I've played, I'd rate them the third best for those reasons. They're really good. That said, there are 2 classes I rate as better. So my second favorite class, some of them, I mean, some of them are really good at a single thing, but my second favorite class is actually the Highwayman. I think there's a good reason why they also start you with the Highwayman. So, oh great. Well, that's nice. We're going to be cutting this real short. Okay, so the idea behind this class, it's just really short. I mean, they can attack anywhere the enemy is. They can attack, they can hit any tile. They've got good stuff both with their guns, with their making the enemy bleed out with just good attacks at the front. But what makes them special, and I haven't even used all their abilities, but what makes them special is the Grape Shot Blast. I have yet to see another class that can hit 3 targets like this at once, and it's really good. They actually straight up trivialize many encounters with things like maggots and spiders, and the game's all about grinding you down. So being able to wipe out, you know, being able to trivialize a fight, take a fight out without hardly taking damage is a big deal in this game. The other one is Duelist's Advance. One second here, I'm going to take care of something really quickly. There. Okay. Ba-doop. So, Anyway, the other one that they have is this with repost, and I haven't seen anybody else who can do that, and I love it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Every time it's got a minus 30%, minus 33% damage, though an actual boost to the critical for the reposting, but that's fine. It's huge. It's amazing. So between the two of them and his other abilities, there's never a fight where I'm not happy to have him in the fight. He's just great. So what do I think is the best class in the game that I've seen so far? What can surpass those two? Well, of all things, it's the Goat Man. The humble Goat Man. He has no ability to, like literally, I can't give him more skills or anything. I've never even upped his skills in their stuff, so they could probably be, I don't even know what all they'll do when I level them up. So, just going over the Goat Man real fast. What makes him so great? He is the most self-sufficient class in the game. Like you look at him at first, he doesn't seem that good. He actually seems like he's kind of terrible. He's this load that you drag around with you, and you know, until you're finally ready to let him do something, and then he rips up all the other characters' sanity just by transforming. But he's actually amazing as a support character. So he has a stun attack. And so what? A lot of people have a stun attack, right? Well, it's got good reach to it, you know, being able to target up to 3 tiles in, and it's useful. Every time you stun something, that's one enemy that's not attacking you that turn. So just with that, he reduces the amount of stuff that's incoming. But that's not what makes him special. Absolution is what makes him special. It might be the single best ability in the game that I've seen so far. And that might sound terrible. I mean, it only self-targets. How's that good? Well, come on, switch over. It's basically as good as the Inspiring Cry. It actually does more de-stressing and the Battle Heal put together. It's basically like doing both of them at once and then some. Not a whole lot more, but a little bit more. Yeah, it can only self-target. Yeah, it's slow. The healing is never like I heal in an emergency and suddenly I'm all better. It's not the way the game works. But in the long, grindy way that the game is, basically I don't have to heal this guy or de-stress this guy. He takes care of himself. All the damage that he soaks up, he offsets with his own power. It really adds up over time. I mean, even this is a huge deal. So that he can do that, he has the best survivability, the best just holding out. But on top of that, so between those, he's pretty good at support. During most of the dungeon, he actually mitigates a lot of damage over the course of a dungeon between those. And then, of course, he can Hulk out. And, so that when you're actually fighting a boss or something terrible, he can suddenly actually become pretty good. Like a front row fighter. A front row heavy hitter. I wish that this were just a little bit stronger, but still, he's got a rake, he's got a high crit melee attack. He's got good stuff. He's got good stuff. So, this is, of the classes I've played so far, my favorite. So, there it goes. Anyway, can't be helped. Anyway, where was I? Right. So, I have 4 more classes I was gonna poke at and look at them. But I guess we'll have to do that tonight, or tomorrow morning, depending on how you look at time zones and all that. For me, the day doesn't end until I go to sleep, but I go to sleep in the middle of the night. But for everyone else, it'll be early morning of the next day. Anyway, so I've got a jester, a gravedigger, an antiquarian, and man-at-arms. So we'll see what those can do. I'm not entirely sure what the best way to go about leveling them when their level 0 is going to be, because, well, that's what I tried to do last night, sort of, with those, yeah. I was like, I couldn't figure out which of the things available to me is the lowest level, easiest thing to do, because the dungeon I've been doing keeps getting harder, and I think it's going to be like that with all of them, and I literally don't know what to do with level 0s. I can't just put them together and throw them into something, because they won't make it. So, I'll have to figure that out. That might be actually a major issue. I might have to do them I might have to go as little as one at a time with the newbies, because I don't want them to break, because they have no stress resistance. I wouldn't want them to break and go nuts on me. Are you sure that the short quests are the best idea? Okay, I mean, what if I really need that campfire? What if I really need the campfire because it can de-stress them and heal them? Like, the short quests aren't short anymore. I'm not sure exactly what the dividing line is. I'm really uncertain on how to do this. Yeah. But the short quests are still a lot of rooms I have to cover. I just don't know. Like, I wish I could see how many rooms a quest is, or some kind of marker of how dangerous it is, but the only marker of danger is everyone screaming, "No, don't send me there!" That's the only thing I have to judge. Anyway, well, I'll be picking this back up in, 11 hours? I'll be picking up this thread and we'll be doing a proper stream. This was I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Goat Man and the others, and articulate why I think that Goat Man is so incredibly good, and it really is just his ability to self-heal that makes him tick. If you took that away, he'd be useless. I keep contemplating. The other thing I wanted to talk about was different party designs. I keep thinking about different things. I want to do 3 Goat Men and something else, and I don't know what the something else is. Whatever it is has to be able to heal itself and de-stress itself. Has to be capable of that. Especially the de-stressing the self, because the Goat Men someone would always be in beast form, and you know what that'll do to everyone's sanity. So maybe I kind of want to do the Hound Master and just call it Release the Hounds with all the goat monsters, but I'm actually leaning towards just 4 Goat Men and just put another Goat Man in the back, so someone will always be in the back healing. Someone will always be transformed in the front, and the 2 in the middle will just be whacking things with their chains, stunning them. Might be a really good build. The Crusader could go in the back, or put him in the front. Either way, the Crusader actually with 3 Goatmen might work, but almost every other class would just overstress and lose their minds. Almost everyone would. So it's not so easy. And if you don't have healing, then, yeah. I think any character who has no way to heal is gonna die. The whole game is about grinding you down. Not, this is a really, really hard encounter, although those do exist. It's more just a death by 1,000 cuts. with very sudden turnarounds. Anyway, till next time, bye.